Hey guys, JB Coins here with another box. $25 worth of pennies this time from the bank that's not in our area. I'm going to hand the camera off to camera girl here and try and open the box. Take out the first roll like we usually do and see what we've got. Whether we've got circulated or whether we've got circulated. There we go. Anything good on the ends? Don't see anything good on the ends. 75D. We found a lot of new dates, researching that one for you, as we have with quite a few of these. Now, just because I'm tossing these off to the left, I got to tell you, looking at that list, you're going to see there's a lot of really cool stuff to look for that we have not looked for in the past. And things like doubled ear, a lot of doubled eyes, obverse, doubled dies, obverse and reverse. But the ones that are the to me are the most fun are the ones like, you know, you're looking for him having 2 ears, 6 or 7 fingers, you know, that kind of stuff. So, you know, that one almost rolled off the desk. So we will go through. If we see anything really cool in this roll, great. Otherwise, we're gonna do what we usually do, which is scoot to the box, dig through them, and see what we find. If we find something really cool, we'll stop. Otherwise, if it's just, usual stuff, I keep trying to throw them off the back there. It's a 66 in really nice shape. 99, 88, 2005, 2015, 13, 83, 15, 15, 98, 91, 2012, 2007, 98, 15, 72. I feel like I'm calling football plays here. 91, 96, 81, really nice 81. That's a 90 something, but I can't make it out. And the last one, 79. Okay, so we got through the first roll here real quick, and what we're going to do, like we usually do, is go through the box, pull out all the dates that we can find that are interesting, that are varieties for you guys to look for, special neat coins to look for, and we'll go over those in detail with you at the wrap. So see you then. All right, guys, we're back for the wrap. This is another, as we said earlier, another box from the bank that's outside of our area. It's the last of the batch that we brought in our last haul. And as usual, it is unique. It's different from what we're used to down here. And what we think we have a really interesting wrap up for you here today. After we review all these, we're going to give you some additional information, but we'll get to that once we get through the material. These are the coins that are going back to the Coinstar machine. As we've told you in prior videos, or if you're seeing this for the first time, it's too much of a pain in the butt to roll these up and take them to the bank and all that. The Coinstar machine, if you turn it in, and we have videos on how to do this, if we turn this into Coinstar, there's a way to do it and not get charged the 11% that Coinstar charges. So we're going to go and we're going to apply this to something else that we want to buy. Okay, so go watch the Coinstar video. You'll see how to do that. So this is money that goes back and gets converted into money we can spend. This pile over here is the copper pile, the 82 and earlier, that there's nothing special about them. They're just average circulated coin. Some of them are really nasty, you know, all covered with gunk and crap, and some of them are shiny, but they just aren't anything special. And then we get into the stuff that we set aside. So over here, we've got 6 Canadians. Oldest one being 72, newest one being like 2008. So again, you know, some people throw those away or throw them back to the bank. Some people hang on to them. We just pull them off to the side. But we really scored on the wheats. I mean, this was a pretty good sized box of wheats for us. We got 15 wheats, the oldest being 1944, the newest being 1958, which is the last year they were made. The 58 is a potential error. We checked that. There was nothing wrong. It's a nice coin. We had 2 55s and just about had a heart attack when I saw the 2 55s. Put them under the magnification to see if they were possibly doubled in any way. And unfortunately, they weren't. None of those has a variety or a known error that makes them. There's the one of the 55s right there in the camera shot. Actually, possibly both of them right there. And you can see the one on the right's a pretty nice coin. It's got a little bit green on it, but it's not a valuable coin in the condition it is, or without the doubling. Then we come down, and I actually put some of these on cards because we will actually put these coins away in flips later. This is a 1960D penny, and like it says on the obverse, the front, it has a doubled mint mark, and the 6 in the date is filled. And this is a known error. So, you know, the doubling of the mint mark is a known error, and in this case, it has it. The next penny over is a 64 penny. Nothing special about it. It does have known errors. Didn't find any, but it's just a nice coin. It's got some toning on the front, and on the back, it actually has full steps on Monticello, which for a 52-year-old coin to have full steps is highly unusual. Okay, so we're going to hang on to that one. Next one is a 66 obverse. Again, there's a die crack or a die clash. We're not really sure which. On the back of his head, there's a piece of metal that looks like, ironically and kind of creepy, it looks like somebody took a piece of metal or you know, and just stabbed it in the back of his head. You can actually make it out. I can see it even before Camera Girl blows it up here. You can actually make it out right there. So you don't need the microscope to find this thing. It's big, okay? And it's obviously been there since the mint because it's got the same patina as the rest of the coin. The next set of coins, again, also gave me a bit of a scare in a good way. A pair of 69S's, both in really nice shape, one with a dark red toning, one with a brown toning. Unfortunately, no doubling to make them really valuable, but they are still very nice coins. This one's really clear. The other one being darker, it's kind of hard to see the detail on the camera. The next one's a 71, and again, we found a die crack. We were looking for something else, and I happened to notice that there's a die crack that his head is split, and it runs all the way up through the letter W to the edge of the rim. So that one we're keeping. The next one is 73. It's doubled on the front. It has a doubled edge, and it's an off-center strike to the west, they call it, because the coin is basically off-center going that way. Okay, so they go north, south, east, and west for you new guys. Then a couple of really nice 74s, which, you know, in one video we found like almost 2 rolls of these. But to find 2 of them in that condition, and with coins that were grody as hell, this box is just amazing because it had really bad and it had really beautiful. And we have a 94D, Denver Mint. For you folks out west that have been asking about Denvers, we actually find a lot more Denvers in these boxes than we do in our area. And these guys are actually further east. But this has doubling on the date, the mint mark, and the letter, or excuse me, not doubling. The date, the mint mark, and the lettering, the zinc is actually exposed underneath the numbers and to the side of the numbers. It's almost like they hit it and it slid and it exposed the zinc. I'm not sure if that's considered doubling or if that's considered like a brockage. It's also got a mild off-center to the east. You can see how this is thicker on this edge and thinner on that edge. So obviously we were keeping that one. The next one of the 4 special commemoratives for Lincoln. This is a 2009, his time in the legislature. And again, you can see the condition of that coin is just absolutely beautiful. So we're going to hang on to that. There's no variety known that I know of on that coin. So we're just keeping it because of the condition and the low mintage. 2015, we have 2 of them, 2015 Ps. This one has a cud right here in the usual location, and you can actually see it. Let's see, yeah, you got to get the light just right, but it's right about here. There it is. You can see it. It's got a very large cud there, and it actually looks like it's folded over almost. Then this one, after finding that one, really kind of blew me away because I had just read about something similar to this on a different year. But this one has a cud in that same location. It's much bigger, you can see it. But what you're seeing right here in the tip of that screwdriver is not the cud. The cud is down here, but right there, the metal is actually delaminating. So you've got a crack and a cud going on there and a delamination going on there. So it's kind of a complex thing. Obviously, again, you didn't need a microscope. This is not a micro error or variety. This is something that's visible. If you have good eye, I'm sitting here looking at it from 2 feet away and I can see it. The bottom row, these are interesting for various reasons. 73, and you can see the wood graining on it, 2 of them. There are people out there that are starting to collect the wood grain coins, that they're starting to call them, because of that appearance of wood graining. This one's going pretty parallel to his head. This one's going diagonal. Each one's unique. 75, doubled lower right, offset to the northwest, thin up top, doubled down here. 1976, this one's got some toning to it, a little bit of a rainbow. 1983, D. This is also an offset strike. The rim is almost completely gone here. It comes to a very sharp edge and falls off. There's no raised rim like there is on the other side. It's a 30-some-year-old coin. So this one here, the 94, you can see how extremely offset this thing is to the southeast. Very thick up here and no edge here. 95D, same thing, thick edge on the west, and starting at about the 3 o'clock to the 6 o'clock, there's no edge. And then here's, again, this is personal preference kind of thing. Camera Girl loves rainbow coins, it turns out. This is a 2002 in really nice condition. You can see the crisp detail on the camera. It actually it shows up better on the camera than it does with the naked eye, which is a tip to remember. Sometimes when you can't tell the detail of the coin or you can't tell what year it is, take your digital camera, take a picture of it, and then blow it up on your camera with your fingers, and a lot of times it'll pick up that level of detail because you can see it on the camera. I'm looking at the screen and the coin, and it's much clearer on the screen than it is on the coin, but it's a really cool kind of bluish electric blue kind of color with a little bit of brown thrown in there, so it's really interesting. The one next to it is the last coin we've got out here, which is a 2015 P. and that one doesn't show up quite as well on the camera. It's got a couple spots here and there that show up, but you can see that it's lighter here. It's got more toning up in here and on his suit and around the rim. For a 2015, they usually seem to be either shiny or really nasty, but this one's actually started to take on a patina and kind of a rainbow effect up in this area that's beginning to start. So I set it aside for these two aside for Camera Girl. She really likes that kind of stuff. So from one box, just what you see here on the table, I mean, this was just an awesome box to go through. Had a lot of fun. And part of what made this such a great haul for us on some of these other dates that we normally in the past have just kind of blown by and thrown them into the copper pile or thrown them over into the pile to go back, was we didn't sit down and put a list together like we've been doing in some of our last videos with the boxes from this particular bank. We did put together a list finally of the Lincoln cents from 1909 to present, which is 2016 as we shoot this video. We couldn't fit it in this video because you can see this video is already long as it is. The list is huge. We're going to shoot another video after this one and put it up, and it's going to be the list and possibly some of these coins so you can see what to look for. But the information on that thing is 2 legal pages long, and it's just the tip of the iceberg. So for now, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope you continue to like, share, and comment and give us ideas. We're getting lots of positive feedbacks about the list. Wait till you see this next one. And so until the next video, for now, JB Coins signing out.